Hi, Liv.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
How are you? Nice to see you.
This is such an intense film, and you have some really heavy-duty scenes. Tell me, how did you prepare for that scene in the chair with Patrick Wilson?
Oh, the end of the movie. That was actually quite a hard day because we were this whole production was very small budget and really not a lot of time. We had very few days. And the subject matter and the script is quite intense and dense. Like there's, a lot of the scenes are 7 or 8 pages long of dialogue, and it was really quite tricky as actors to navigate our way through those days and kind of get all the work done. But that day was particularly hard because we, had a couple of hours to shoot that scene in a hotel room on location, and they didn't get to my close-up until literally when they said, basically, we are being kicked out of this hotel, we have to pull the plug. So I had about probably 2 minutes to do my close-up, and that was it, which was really, so I was actually crying with rage and anger and wanted to kill Matthew Chapman. But I'd been all day in this chair with this gag in my mouth and really tied to the chair for Patrick to sort of help him. But, yeah.
That must have hurt like hell.
I kind of liked it. Is that weird? I mean, not in a sexual way, but obviously when you're acting, the more real something can be and the more, kind of actually in the moment you can be. I know it's strange. I did this film called Super, and I play a heroin addict, and someone shoots my foot up with a needle, and they were going to use a foot double, and I really wanted them to use my foot because I just wanted to know what it felt like. So in this sort of situation, it's, as much of yourself as you can kind of really be in that situation, the better.
Wow.
Especially things like that I would never be in those sort of situations, just to know what it feels like.
Wow. How do you feel about religious fanaticism? Have you ever encountered people ringing your doorbell and
I honestly am fascinated by all different kinds of beliefs, and I think the thing that I really came to while making this film was that we all go through different things in life, no matter where you're from in the world or what's sort of happened to you. When traumatic things happen to you or struggles in life, we all turn to something to help us get through that, and be that exercise or religion or friendship, or you can take that to an extreme, and it's so easy to sort of judge that. But then when you actually go through hard times in your life and you realize how sometimes it's just whatever you can do to kind of cope and survive, and if that's what makes you feel better and a part of something and gives you hope, then
Do you believe there's an afterlife? Do you believe in that?
I grew up with such eccentric parents, and I had such a different, I had my stepfather, Todd, was sort of an atheist, and my mom grew up in Catholic school, and then I had my family in Maine I grew up with who are, much more sort of traditional Republicans, Democrats. I've had the whole, and I suppose I definitely believe in something bigger than myself in the world. I often look up at the sky and communicate with something. I don't know what it is, or ask for signs, but it's not necessarily God, but for me it's, something bigger than myself, yeah.
I love Charlie Hunnam. Wow. Do you watch Sons of Anarchy?
I did actually watch it after we started this because I wanted to. He was my friend before, but I got kind of addicted to it. I got the flu when we were making this film, and I was in bed for a week, and I watched the whole thing, and I got very addicted. So.
Could you see yourself doing a guest spot on that show?
I don't know. I mean, no, I don't have any plans to.
So tell me about working together. How did you develop such an incredible connection? You had great chemistry.
Well, we have a mutual friend in common, Bobby Bukowski, who is the cinematographer of this film, and he did very beautiful work, and we have both been very close to him for a very long time, but not necessarily friends together, Charlie and I. So this was really nice for all of us to be together and kind of get to know each other more. So we had a natural sort of kind of chemistry, I guess, and history through our friend. And we all just, really loved this script and worked very hard. And, sometimes that thing is, you can't really explain it. It just sort of happens.
And we also do a music show, and we just lost Clarence Clemons. So I'm wondering, did you ever meet him?
Clarence Clemons? Who's Clarence Clemons?
He was the saxophone player for Bruce Springsteen's band.
Okay. I don't know much about the saxophone, and I only listened to a little bit of Bruce Springsteen. But I didn't know who he was. That's very sad that he passed away.
What's your next project?
My next project, I have a couple of things I'm not sure I can really talk about yet because they're still sort of in the making. But yeah, this is the next thing coming up.
Great, nice to see you.
Yeah, thank you.